how long does it take to lose 5 kilos? This is something that I get asked regularly and is definitely something that comes up when we're doing goal setting around health and wellness with clients. So you see, the answer depends on so many different things that there is no concrete answer. So we're going to break down all of those things now so that you have a better understanding. The first thing that you need to understand is that it really does depend on where you are starting from. So if you have, say, 5 kilos to lose, if you only have 5 kilos to lose, then it's going to take you longer than someone who has 20 kilos to lose. And it's definitely going to take you longer than someone who has 40 kilos to lose. So you need to discern where it is that you're starting from before we can kind of get that time frame going. So before we do start, drop a comment below and tell us, do you have a little or a lot to lose? So it's really good to understand where it is that you're starting from. Now, it's a good thing if it's going to be slower for you because it means you've got less to lose. That is always going to be a good thing, yeah? The next thing to consider is your current food intake. If you are already eating really quite clean, if you are eating minimally processed food, then it is going to take you longer to lose that initial 5 kilos than someone who is eating poorly and or overeating now already. Now, this is because your body is already in an optimal state and it is probably already thriving pretty well. So this also is a good thing, right? I can hear people's brains going off, going, oh, it's going to take me longer to lose. This is a good thing. You want that because you don't want to be at that other extreme. Now, compare that to someone who is eating poorly and overeating, and this might be you too, and that's okay because you're here to learn like how to lose that, right? You could probably see a quick 5 kilo drop just by changing your diet and eating healthier. So like I said, don't be sad if it's not going to be as quick for you. It really is a good thing because it means you're on the healthier end. But don't despair if you're on the other end too, where you've got a lot to lose and it's going to be quick. That's okay as well. We all have to start somewhere. Now, if you are someone who isn't as healthy, someone who is overeating, getting poor nutrition, you will likely see that 5 kilos drop really quickly through just cleaning up your food intake, right? So a good amount of this at the start, yes, will be water weight. That's because you'll be, when you clean up your diet, you'll have reduced salt and sugar from those processed foods. So a lot of that initial 5 kilos will be water weight. Great thing. This is a really good thing, yeah? Following on from this, if you are someone who is overeating as well, and you're eating more calories than you need to, once you pay attention to this, you will find it easier, right? Like I said, you will find it easier to drop that first 5 kilos, whether it's water weight or not, than someone who is already on top of their nutrition, right? So you will find it quicker and easier to lose that 5 kilos just by cleaning up what you're eating. Now, if you're someone who is eating really low calories, so not just eating good, but eating really low calories, whatever that might be, this is different. You are going to find it near impossible to lose that 5 kilos without overdoing it with exercise or without overdoing it by dropping your calories even more. You don't want this, right? You will actually do more damage than anything, and you probably won't see that weight drop anyway. So it's going to be all for nothing. If you are eating really low calories now and you still got 5 kilos to genuinely lose, this is the exact time that you need to get yourself some help. You need to get yourself a coach and work with them to rebuild your metabolism and your health. This is that perfect time to do it. Yes, this is what we do here at InnerFit. This is what I love doing. But if that is you, if you are already eating like 1,200 calories and nothing is shifting, you need help to rebuild your metabolism and your health. So another thing to consider is your lifestyle. If you are someone who is already active, someone who already gets their steps in every day, if you have a busy and active job, or if you go to the gym, you are probably already moving towards optimal health. So it is going to take you longer to lose that 5 kilos than someone who is not. Again, this is also going to depend on the food going into your mouth. But if you are someone who isn't active, if you are someone who sits down most of the day, who doesn't go for walks, doesn't go to the gym, doesn't do anything active, then you will actually find losing 5 kilos can happen relatively fast simply by adding in more steps each day than you're currently doing and moving your body more than you are now. You will see that 5 kilos drop pretty quickly as well, right? Again, always dependent on the food going into your mouth. So things like trying a 40-minute walk 5 times a week will do you wonders. Watch what happens with that. If you are genuinely pretty inactive, add a 40-minute walk 5 times a week. You will see that 5 kilos come off real quick. Now, when I say quick and fast with losing that 5 kilos, I'm talking a month. I'm not talking in a week, right? For someone who is relatively inactive and not eating super well, 5 kilos in a month is so doable and a healthy rate to lose it at. When we talk about the slower end, because you're already doing all the things that need to be done, or maybe you don't have as much to lose, it might be 2 months on the slower end for someone already in that lower weight. So the last thing to consider is one that people really overlook all of the time, and it has to be said, and it's just to hit that number on the scale. So I'm going to ask you this, and you can put it in the comments below. Genuinely answer this for yourself. Are you looking to lose 5 kilos of weight, or are you looking to lose 5 kilos of body fat? Because they are 2 different things. Losing 5 kilos of weight on the scales does not mean that you've lost 5 kilos of body fat. Depending on all the things that we've talked about here in this video and how fast you try to do this will depend on where that 5 kilos comes from. Let me break it down for you. The faster you lose weight, the more of it that will come from muscle. So if you lose weight too fast, some of it is going to come from your muscle. If you are simply eating poorly and you clean up, the first few kilos will probably just be water weight. But to make sure that you are losing as much from body fat as possible, keep your calories as high as you can while still eating less than you're burning so that you're losing it, but also do exercises that use your muscles so that your body knows not to lose that muscle. Think gym work, think body weight exercises, sport, yoga, swimming, things where your muscles get used so your body doesn't break that down to lose the weight. So the answer to how long does it take to lose 5 kilos is always going to be it depends. It really depends on so many things as to how fast that 5 kilos of weight or body fat is going to come off. And no 2 people are going to be the same. It also comes down to what you're willing to do, how committed you are to making a change, and what you're willing to do to build that healthy body that you think you want. So I hope this video has helped you. If you liked this episode, please hit the like button below and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. However, if you also have other weight loss topics that you would like us to discuss, please drop them in the comments below and we're going to add them to our list. Thank you so much for watching.